What's up, everybody? So today I'm putting together the Snughome Computer Tower Stand with charging station. Height adjustable, locking wheels, the whole situation. And right here at the beginning, you can see me flashing the instruction manual real quick. Now, I always do this like I'm confident, but let's be honest. I'm about to study this thing like it's my final exam. It's one of those manuals that's all pictures, no paragraphs, just diagrams and arrows. Which I actually prefer because it's less reading, more building. Next thing I do, I open everything up, lay out all the pieces, and I highly recommend to do this. Don't just start grabbing parts out the box. Lay everything out, the rails, the panels, the charging outlet piece, the wheels, and especially the screws. Because once these screws start rolling around, it's chaos. Everything is labeled with numbers, which I appreciated. The rails are numbered, the panels are numbered, and the manual clearly shows what connects to what, so already my stress level is lowered. Alright, so now I start assembling according to the manual. First step, the rails. This part was actually easier than I expected. The side rails are adjustable, and since this stand can go from 25 inches up to a little over 32 inches, we got multiple screw points to work with. I made sure not to tighten everything all the way at first. That's a little trick I've learned. Leave things slightly loose so that you can adjust if something doesn't line up perfectly. And since everything is labeled and numbered, I didn't really get confused about what rail went where and which panel. And that helped a lot. After the rails, we moved on to attaching the panels. This is where it starts looking like something. The panels connect into the rails using different size screws, so this is the part where you really have to pay attention. And I'll be honest, this is where the 2 hours started stretching out a little bit. Not because it was hard, but because I double-checked everything. I looked at the manual, I looked at the piece. I looked back at the manual, then I flipped the piece around to make sure I wasn't installing it backwards. Because nothing hurts more than realizing you attached something upside down 30 minutes ago. But overall, it was straightforward. Lined up the holes, inserted the screws, tighten, repeat. So the overall experience, it took me about 2 hours. Now, could someone more experienced do it faster? Probably. But I'm not super handy, but I move carefully. I double check things, and honestly, it wasn't that bad. And being able to roll your PC instead of having to sit it directly on the floor, that alone makes it worth it. So yeah, 2 hours later, not that handy, but we got it done. And honestly, I'm proud of it. Another Amazon build complete. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.